Hi everyone, my name is Roberto Riona and today we're going to talk about how to implementing a CSS preprocessor. In this presentation, I will convert my website to use a CSS preprocessor and the SASS scripting language. To do this, we will review popular CSS preprocessor languages, view the features of the SASS scripting language, look at some example of SASS in use, and work together to convert a Chamber Commerce project to include a CSS preprocessor. A CSS preprocessor is a scripting language which adds features to basic CSS. When you publish your site, this language is compiled to normal CSS. SASS, LESS, and Stylus are three popular languages you will hear about, and in this presentation I will be demonstrating only SASS. Um, a CSS preprocessor is a powerful addition to our skill set, so here are some of the features we can get with SASS. Today we will only look at preprocessing, variables, nesting, partial, and modules. Let me share with you this website. I use this website to test for speed. The performance grade was 85. Now let's look at the details of this part of the report. Make fewer HTTP requests. Decreasing the number of components on a page reduces the number of HTTP requests required to render the page, resulting in a faster page loads. Some ways to reduce the number of components includes combine files, combine multiple scripts into one script, combine multiple CSS files into one style sheet, and use CSS sprites and image maps. So we got a grade of 88 for making too many HTTP requests. You can see that in the head of our document, we have four links to four separated style sheets. Let's take a look over that. And well, our CSS preprocessor is going to help by combining this into a single request to only one style sheet. With that, we're going to be able to increase the number of this report we just reviewed. Um, we currently have four style sheets, each with a very specific purpose. You could say that we have modularized our files to keep our code organized, which is fine. So we will do the same thing with our CSS preprocessor. We are going to rename each of our CSS files with an underscore at the beginning and a file extension of .scss at the end. This will make each file a partial. We will also add a new partial file for these variables, for the variables, and let's go and do that change. So here we're going to add the underscore here, and also for medium. Now for normalized, and so and now we're going to add another file for the variables. This is one of the most favorite features from SASS. We're going to talk about later, and we also need to change the name of this file. We're going to rename it SASS, and we also need to have another folder called styles. We're going to leave this folder empty for now. And here we already have the four, well, all our partial uh, files. We're going to add another one in order to combine these partial files, and it's going to be called styles.scss. Notice that this is not a partial file. this is going to help us to combine the other ones as I mentioned it before. So we need to do here the import of the other partial files. And as you can see here, we don't need to add the name of the partial files with starting with the underscore and ending with the extension. We can place those names as it, just like that. Okay, save. And now remember that uh, preprocessing is the last step where you take all the SCSS files and combine them into a single CSS file that you can then deliver to your public website. This can be done with the terminal commands or by installing an extension. In this case, I am using Visual Studio Code, so there is an extension for to work with SASS, and let me show that here. This is the extension, like SASS compiler. It's easy to install. You just need to click install button, and that's the and follow some couple of steps, and that's it. I'm not going to go with details about this installation, but I'm pretty sure you are not going to have any issues doing the installation. All right, so let's go back to our style.css. We're going to see this option here below is saying watching right now. Let's click on that, and we have this another option which states watch SASS. So we need to be placed in this style.css file, and then click watch SASS option, and let's review it is working. As you can see here, once we do this, we start the compilation of the partial folder, and all these partial files were combined in this styles.css file that was created under the styles folder. Remember that the styles folder was empty before I used the SAS extension to compile the partial files. And you can see here we have the CSS combined file, and we can see, for example, just to double check if everything is correct. All right, I'm going to use this word to confirm. All right, this is where I start the CSS for the medium screen, medium size, and this is the place where I start the CSS code for the large screen. So all the CSS files are combined in one. As you can, something we need to review here is how it is being displayed my project. This is my project. As you can see, is messed up, but don't worry. We're going to fix that in a moment. We just need to go here and remove those lines of code and replace this for styles.css. So let's save our change, and here it is. Now my page is looking better, right? Okay, so with that we completed the part of combining the partial files, and now we're going to see the variables. This is the my favorite features. One of my, well, yeah, is the is one of the most popular feature of this. Well, for variables, to create a variable in SAS, you simply start it with a dollar sign. I have something here in order to speed up the demo. Okay. As I mentioned before, we just need to start with the dollar sign. Then to use it, you can use the variable in place of the X color, for example, right? We're going to replace this variable and in our CSS folder. Oh, file, sorry. Okay, let's implement this. I'm going to search for this. This is my primary color. Okay. Oops. Okay, yeah, it's correct. Okay, let's go to small first. So you can see we have 18 instance of this color. Let's go to the first one and let's change all of the instances. Okay, so go back to variables. All right. Okay, let's do the same thing. Change all the. Oh, I forget to do this for the medium. Let's go to the remove, replace, replace. Okay. All right. So we're going to replace all of them. Well, we don't have any other primary color here, so I think it's done. So now all my primary color and secondary color are using a variable. I am using a variable for those here for my CSS. I'm going to save it and see if everything is okay. Yeah, it's working fine. And now we're going to change the the color of my page. All right, I'm going to command that and uncomment these lines of code, and let's see what happens. Oops, I think we need to refresh. Oh no, let's run again. And there you go. As you can see, we changed the primary and secondary colors, and the look of my project has changed, and it looks good as well. So let's roll back that change. Save. Oops. Okay, and there you go, guys. This is the feature I was talking about. And let's see the last one, and this is related to the possibility we have to nest our CSS code. Let's use the nav. Okay, here's our nav element. This nav, as you can see, is using here. This is my nav element. So what we can do is the following. And we can remove the nav from the nested element. And with this, well, from my point of view, I agree that it helps us to organize better our CSS code. For normal CSS, this is invalid, right? But since we are using SAS preprocessor, we can do this in our SCSS files. And when I save these changes, the compiler is going to update automatically the style.css file, and it's going to render the code as it should be in CSS file. So let me save, and let's go. As you can see here, the functionality of my nav element is still working as expected. And if we go here, we can confirm that the nav element was rendered correctly in a normal CSS, right? So basically, that's all the features I wanted to share with you guys about using SAS preprocessor, and I really enjoyed doing this demo. I hope it helps you in your project. And thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any question. Bye bye.